Thank you, Senator Paul and members of Congress. I am Peter Nimrod, Chief Engineer for the Mississippi Levee Board, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to speak about EPA's unjustified and illegal vetoing of a vital flood control project in the lower Mississippi Delta, the Yazoo Backwater Project. This project is an outgrowth of the Mississippi River and Tributaries Project, which was authorized in the Flood Control Act in 1928 following the 1927 flood. During the historic 2011 Mississippi River flood, which exceeded the 1927 flood in volume, all the features of the MRT project were utilized, including levees and all floodways. The original MRT project included the Eudora floodway, which was going to take water out of the Mississippi River at the mouth of the Arkansas River and take it down through the states of Arkansas and Louisiana to the Gulf of Mexico. This was going to provide flood protection for the Mississippi South Delta. In 1941, Arkansas and Louisiana wanted this floodway removed from the MRT project. To offset this, Congress authorized the Yazoo Backwater Project in the Flood Control Act in 1941. The Yazoo Backwater Project was to include drainage structures, levees, and a pump. By 1978, all the drainage structures and levees were completed. In 1982, the Corps completed the EIS for the Yazoo Backwater pumps. The 1982 plan included a 17,500 cubic feet per second pump to be turned on at 80 feet and the purchase of 5,600 acres of mitigation land. After some political moves stopped the pump project in 1986, the project got back on track in 1996. By 1996, 22 federally funded pumping plants within a 200-mile radius of the Yazoo Backwater pump site had been built. Arkansas and Louisiana have all their pumping plants built, and they're all in operation. The Corps worked on the draft EIS and released it in 2000. Given the vast comments and questions raised by EPA and other environmental organizations, the Corps spent the next 7 years working with all these agencies on all their comments and all their concerns. The Corps and the EPA worked hand in hand together on developing state-of-the-art technology on wetlands. In 2007, the Corps released the final EIS for the project. The 2007 recommended plan included a 14,000 cubic feet per second pumping plant to be turned on at 87 feet and the reforestation of 55,600 acres of low-lying farmland back into bottomland hardwood trees. The 2007 plan had a smaller pump, allowed more flooding, and had almost 9 times the reforestation than the original 1982 plan. The 2007 plan significantly increased every environmental resource category in the area. It was a compromise that was a win-win for people, land, trees, animals, and fish. It was flood control for the 21st century. It balanced economics with the environment. Unfortunately, EPA did not want to look at the facts, and in 2008, they vetoed the project. This EPA veto was hard to understand because EPA did not pursue a 404C veto back in 1982, and there has been an 80% reduction of wetland impacts from the 82 plan to the 2007 plan. Section 404R exempts projects from EPA vetoes if an EIS is submitted to Congress before the project is funded. EPA claimed that the 1982 EIS was not submitted to Congress because they could not find the transmittal letter to Congress. A few days after EPA's veto on August 31, 2008, the Levee Board received the results of a FOIA, which revealed transmittal letters dated March 28, 1983, in which the Corps officially transmitted the 1982 EIS to Congress. These are the very documents that EPA claimed that the Corps did not have. When these letters were shown to EPA just said, "I'm sorry, it's too late. We've already finalized the veto, and there's nothing we can do." The only option left on reviving the Yazoo Backwater Project was to sue EPA, with the Levee Board glad to be represented free of charge by Pacific Legal Foundation. At this point, it appears the courts will have to decide the issue. The Yazoo Backwater pumps would remove enough water to protect homes and crops, but at the same time leave enough water to support hundreds of thousands of acres of wetlands. EPA's overreaching is so harmful because they don't regulate with any common sense. Instead, they claim any flood removal will devastate the environment, ignoring the fact that flooding devastates the environment. The Section 404C veto gives them unbridled power with no criteria or standards. They can overturn decades of careful review by the Corps of Engineers without any accountability. I'm extremely disappointed with EPA and believe that EPA's veto reflects an arbitrary and capricious application of the Clean Water Act. Congress promised pumps and flood protection in the Mississippi South Delta back in 1941, just like Louisiana and Arkansas. Now EPA can negate that with the stroke of a pen. That is a breach of promise. I believe Congress should act now and take away EPA's 404C veto authority before they kill another good flood control project in this great nation. Thank you.